is 5:15 on June the 23rd, 2020, and the special call meeting of the Polk County Board of Commissioners is called to order. First thing is consideration for the approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Have a motion, to have a second?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make some amendments to the agenda.
Oh, again?
Yes. So, the first item under number 5, let's remove that. That's at the request of the finance director.
Number 5 is removed.
Yes, sir. And I would like to add back a number 5 for an executive session for real estate matters.
Okay.
Short.
Real estate?
Please. Okay, we have an amended agenda. The agenda as amended would be the omission of number 5 on the original agenda and the addition of a number 5 for executive session for real estate discussion. Do I have a motion?
Move that we approve the agenda with those changes.
Okay, have a second? All right, have a motion and a second. Any discussion? There being none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, the amended agenda is approved. Number 1 item on new business is consideration for the approval of supplemental agreement number 2 with GDOT for the runway extension project. Do I have a motion and a second?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second. Is there any discussion?
Hal, I wanted to ask on this one, now, from what I understand, there is no money that Polk County will be putting out on this, right?
That's correct.
I can explain if I can, walk you through this sheet real quick. Okay, so there are actually 2 change orders to consider after we consider the planning agreements.
Sir, could you speak up? Okay.
I'm sorry. My name is Matt. So the funding agreement with GDOT will cover the majority of the cost for change orders number 2 and change orders number 3. So walking down this list that I've given you under known costs, these are construction costs. The project as bid with Astro is $5,776,688 for the runway extension project. We've had a change order 1 that reduced the that amount of money by $27,906.30. Now we have before you this evening change orders 2 and 3. Change order 2 is GDOT funding a cleanup that occurred last July because of a 100-year storm that occurred at the airport and washed a bunch of mud off the site. That's $6,993.63. And then the change order number 3 is the amount of work required to fill in where the stream buffer area was, $659,049.43. There's also to date been some savings in the project, some underruns on mostly embankment, fill material, and erosion sediment control items. That number is an estimated number of approximately $202,024.37. So that now makes the construction side of it, when you figure in inspection and administration, $6,872,090.39. Through this supplemental agreement number 2 with GDOT, that puts GDOT's funding now up to $4,878,503.52. The federal share has increased from $571 to $869,765.58. Polk County's share, you'll see it shows an increase from $1,086,308.99 to $1,123,821. Then out inside that, the difference of those two numbers is $37,512.30. And the second item that you'll be considering this evening will be an agreement with Holt to cover any overages. And that primarily will cover that $37,512 or any additional funds as a result of phase one work. So the item that you're considering right now, the funding agreement number 2, supplemental agreement number 2 with GDOT is for additional funding, state and federal. That will cover the majority of this project.
4.8 and then the 800,000.
Yeah, 869, correct.
So that total is what we are approving.
Correct. And the contract also states the county's portion is $1,123,821 now. So, and then of course the difference to be made up by Holt.
And and Holt has signed their,
They have.
signed their agreement, right?
Yeah, Holt signed the agreement, take it to 37.
Yes, after much teeth gnashing.
How much, what?
Teeth gnashing.
We got it though, we
Yes.
got where they signed.
Yes. If I can answer any other questions, please.
Thank you,
Ask.
Matt.
As far as Astra, did they send a letter stating there would be no additional charges throughout the,
Well, they
Project.
won't say that, but they did say that this, proposed change order 3 will settle everything associated with phase 1C of the project.
sounds like we could be surprised later, you think?
Well,
What is that, a written letter from them?
it's a change order, proposed change order, and they've signed it. And, so this is potential overages and shortages that could possibly occur. You know, throughout the end of the rest of the project, there could be some overruns on some earthwork material in other phases. Phase 1C is filling in the stream buffer. Phase 1E, which this has nothing to do with phase 1E, will be actually bringing the runway extension up another 10 to 15 feet to grade, and that will be the balance of phase 1. Then we'll swing into phase 3. Phase 3 will be preparing the base for pavement, installing the electrical, the rest of the drainage, and the lighting. So, and the markings, striping and markings.
And Holt is absolutely convinced that the amount that they projected is a high number.
Yeah, they think there's additional savings in the contract still.
So any of these savings, can we use it on our, the rehabbing of the existing runway and striping?
DOT said that they can't, because of the way they're adding additional funds to this, consider the rehab of the runway and the striping.
But that's not generating the $200,000. That's from originally, right?
200, this 202 is estimated up to now, savings and everything.
Including what amounts are in the change order, or before the change order?
Before.
Before the change order.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
I'm saying, so
before.
if it's before the change order, is it savings on the project that we can use?
Yes, savings on the project that's reducing
Are they gonna
additional
take it?
cost.
That's probably keep it.
Well, it's going to reduce Holt's liability.
Well, it's going to reduce DOT's contribution to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is savings DOT already knows about. Holt thinks that there's additional savings, I think in phase 1E, for the field work, the additional embankment. That's yet to be seen. So I don't think there's any savings to be had on the phase 3, the paving, base, and lighting, electrical, marking, striping. I just don't see any
Well,
savings.
the striping is a completely different project, right?
Well, no, it's the same project, just a different phase of the project.
Okay.
A lot of hours involved in these little change orders
A lot of
on
hours.
the county side.
So after we, I was just gonna say, when you get to work.
As soon as we sign these, obviously in the order that they're listed on there, then,
Okay, good. Any other discussion on item number 1? Okay, there being none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? There being none, unanimous. Item number 2, consideration for the approval of supplemental agreement work authorization number 6 with Polk Consulting for runway extension project. Do I have a motion and a second?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any discussion on this item? This is the one that totals approximately $37,512.
It's not a fixed number, it's an estimated number,
Plus or
plus or
minus.
minus. And Hope's aware of that, they've signed it.
Hopes the agreement that they signed. Okay. Any more discussion or any comment on item number 2? There being none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. There being none, the item number 2 is approved. Item number 3, consideration for approval of change order number 2 with Astra for runway extension project.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion, to have a second? Have a second? Any discussion? There being none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. Item number 4, consideration for approval of change order number 3 with Astra for runway extension project. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve?
Have a motion? Do I have a second? Have a second. Any discussion?
This is the cleanup, right?
This is the embankment, the filling around the stream boat.
The street dock.
Filling rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the big dollar item.
Yes, yeah, okay. Okay.
Any other comments or discussion? There being none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Unanimous. Okay.
Make a motion to go into executive session?
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Real estate?
Real estate.
Second. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We're in executive session.